Ammosmith.com at the NRA show, and I have Bill. Dermody from Savage Arms. I'll tell you, this is a very biased review, and that I'm a huge fan of the Savage product. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Accu stock product from Savage. We're also going to talk about the new 10 FCP rifle, which is new this year, not even displayed at the SHOT Show. So Bill, why don't you talk about the Accu stock rifle?
In fact, we love bias reviews at Savage. It's not hard to get that bias. One thing we do at Savage is we don't take our cues from the competition. We like to say we don't look to the sides and don't do that. We look forward. We look at what gunsmiths do to rifles to make them better, and then we see how we can do that on a manufactured basis. So that's how the Accu trigger came about. Gunsmiths were doing trigger jobs. We figured, well, how can we do this on thousands of rifles? The latest innovation in that respect is called the Accu stock. And what it does is it gives you glass bedding performance in a mass-produced rifle. To kill is something that actually has a few features that makes it a little bit better than glass bedding in a lot of ways. What the Accu stock includes is an aluminum bedding rail. It's actually part of the stock. We stick the aluminum rail in the mold and then we shoot the plastic around it, so it becomes part of the stock. So you cannot get that rail out without destroying the stock, essentially. One thing that does is it runs the full length of the stock. So even if you were to glass bed a rifle, you do it around the action area. But we get fiberglass rigidity in the plastic stock. If you feel that stock and you try to torque on it or whatnot, it's just as rigid as a fiberglass aftermarket stock.
I will say my biggest complaint with the Savage product, if there was one, is that the stocks were very flimsy on the older
And we heard that from a few of you guys, so we figured we better do something about that. So that addresses the forearm rigidity. Another thing we address is the bedding system. This has what we call our three-dimensional bedding system. And if you were to go out and buy an expensive aftermarket stock, it would have a one-dimensional bedding system, which means your action screws come up through the bottom, and you're essentially squeezing the action on one plane, up and down. This system actually squeezes it up and down, forward and backward, and left and right. This little ring you see here is the recoil lug out of one of our rifles. As you can see, there's like a little vise inside the stock that actually grips that recoil lug in the same place that you would glass bed it in there. There's a little wedge-shaped nut in there, and when you tighten the screw underneath, it just grabs onto that recoil lug and holds it steady. We also have full-length bedding surfaces on the sides of the stock. So we're not just gripping it on the bottom, and they run the full length of the stock, and the distance between these two rails is actually slightly smaller than the width of the action. So when the action goes in there and you tighten those action screws down, it actually has to spread that, the aluminum flexes out just a little bit, so as the action's sitting in there, the sides are squeezing in on it. So we're squeezing it from the sides, we're squeezing it from the front and back, we're squeezing it top and bottom. It's a three-dimensional bedding system. It's the first of its kind at any price, and you get it in the mass-produced Savage rifle.
Transition to the 10 FCP. Tell me about that. Yeah. And I want to highlight a couple things today. You have an integrated muzzle brake, and I want you to talk at length a little bit about this and the cosmetic changes to the barrel.
We did a few things. We all the new Accu stock rifles, and this is an Accu stock rifle, so what I showed you here is inside. All the Accu stock rifles have a new barrel nut on there. It's still the same head spacing system with the barrel locked up, but we took the teeth off it just to smooth it out a little bit, make it a little more high speed, low drag. Pure aesthetics.
A lot of complaints on the barrel nut, I would take.
Some people love it. It's the beauty of the accuracy.
I will say, personally, that didn't bother me at all. As long as the rifle shot.
Yeah,
and that's what it did. So.
And that really is one of the big keys to the accuracy of a Savage rifle. So there's no way we're going to get rid of it. We just smooth it up so it looks a little nicer. Another cosmetic change is the bolt release is no longer the stamping on the side of the rifle.
I think that's the stock, the Accu stock.
We have a bolt release.
So we have an integrated magazine too.
Yep.
And my old 10FP, which would be the, I guess maybe the father to this particular rifle, did not have an integrated magazine.
This has an attachable box magazine, fast eject magazine.
Is this a gift?
Yeah, so we're just throwing gifts out into the crowd. Detachable box magazine.
And of course with the Accu trigger, adjustable Accu trigger.
Correct. And a fluted barrel. The difference between the FCP and the FPP are the fluted barrel, muzzle brake, Accu stock, detachable box magazine.
Same Savage accuracy.
Absolutely. They're all built on the same action and built by the same people with the same standards. So.
Excellent, excellent. And this rifle was not premiered at the SHOT Show. This is the first time.
We did have this at the SHOT Show.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of stuck there in the back. I think it might be in backwards.
Mounted backwards.
You getting all
record
this?
We're getting all
That'll
of it.
get cut out.
There we go.
We'll
No
edit-
problems.
We'll edit that out.
Not on the fly.
When the credits roll, this is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
On the fly. Well, I mean, again, you guys are one up in the competition at every level. So I'm a huge Savage fan. I've said that in the beginning. And the biggest complaint was the stock. You've addressed the stock. And I'm sure that if you take this rifle out to the range, it would be as accurate as every other Savage I own.
Oh, you'd be
So,
thrilled with it.
all right. Thanks, Bill.
You betcha.
Appreciate it. We're going to talk to you, Rob. This is Dan from Ammosmith.com, and I'm here with Stan Pate, who is a shooter on the Savage Arms Rifle Team, National Rifle Team. Stan, tell us a little bit about what it is you do, and tell us about the rifle that you actually use. And I want you to drive the point home that you use this rifle out of the box.
This is a Savage FTR rifle. We're taking 4 of these here in about 2 months to the World Championships. Our rifles are right out of the box, so shoot with anybody out there. And we've got some tricks that we use to make them shoot a little better. We learned something about torque settings on the rifle, something about reloading. The reloading part would be a little bit long to get into here in the video, but we touch everything. You know, trimming the brass. You know, there are no more brass prep that you present in your other videos. Use the same techniques. We weigh them a little closer. We'll go down to 230 grain on most things. But on the rifle, if you're shooting one of the Savage F-class rifles, you learn that you can tune them a lot like an on-shoot 22%, where you take the front 2 screws, front 2 receiver screws, adjust them up to 30 inch-pounds, and then use your 3rd screw to start varying the torque settings. If you vary the torque setting on your 3rd screw, you can actually tune your groove, bigger and smaller. So start off with a load that you know works. Start adjusting your third receiver screw, and you can just watch it. You shoot 5-shot groups, walk away, let the rifle normalize. Add 5 more inch-pounds of torque to the 3rd receiver screw. Shoot another 5-shot group, walk away, and repeat that process till you have 30, 35 inch-pounds. And then you'll get a bell curve about where your rifle likes the torque setting.
So then other than adjusting the tension on the barrel nut and the tension in the torque screws, there's no modifications made to your rifle.
That's correct.
Let me ask you a question. Have you won competitions with your rifle?
Yes, we have 12 national records with these rifles.
Out of the box?
Out of the box.
That's amazing.
And I believe we have 72 national and international medals with these rifles.
So along with adjusting the torque on the barrel nut and the tension, you hand load for the utmost accuracy. That's an absolute must,
Yes.
and we won't get into the extreme details on that. But a combination of the Savage rifles and hand loads are bringing you national records, national accuracy.
Absolutely.
And you're competing with the best.
For the best. Our loads right now, all of our loads that are the 4 of us that are shooting, we're getting about 4.5 inch, 5 inch groups, or much better at 1,000 yards. At 300 yards, most all of us shoot about 5/8 of an inch groups at 300 yards. So about 1/8 of a minute to hit that range.
And why'd you choose Savage?
And that's the neat part that we're able to explain. We can shoot anybody's rifle we want to. I've got 2 fully custom-made rifles at home and my gun safe, and I choose to shoot a Savage. I don't have to shoot a Savage. None of us do, but we choose to shoot because they shoot. Even in the days when they were thought that they weren't the best looking, nobody ever said they didn't shoot. Savage is the only company we approached, period, about sponsorship of rifles.
Good. Thanks, Stan. Good luck this year.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for your time, Stan. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.